I still can't believe that this is actually a real watch.
I just don't really agree with the diamond bezel on the Daytona. For me, it spoils it.
I think this, Tudor knocked it out of the park.
Just because of how out there and crazy it is, I'm actually going to go hit.
It's probably a technical miss, but I think it's an aesthetic hit.
Yeah.
We're going to rate the newly announced watches from Rolex, Tudor, Patek, and more. I'm in the studio today with Josh, and the first watch we're going to talk about is the Cartier Santos. This is the new one with the brown dial. Is it a hit or a miss for you?
For me personally, it's probably a miss. Reason being, I just love the green. I own a green dial.
I really like this colour. I've got to say, it's priced the same as the blue and the green. It comes with a brown strap as well, leather. I think it's a cool watch. I just like the brown colour. For me, this is a hit, but a watch that isn't a hit for me is the other one that they've released in steel and gold. It's a Santos as well, and it's got a anthracite dial, but with the gold bezel. What do you think?
Probably a miss for me as well. I don't really think it looks very good, in my opinion, with the gold bezel and the steel bracelet. I've never liked the kind of two-tone Cartier, so yeah, it's a miss for me as well.
Yeah, that one's coming in at 11,200 as well, so the price point that is on that is pretty high. Now, this watch I think they've really got right aesthetically, and this is the Santos in gold, okay? It's got a matte brush bracelet, and it's got a really nice dial. Full yellow gold watch, £35,100, which for Cartier terms, that's a lot, right?
Very expensive, yeah.
Is that a hit for you, or is that a miss?
It's definitely a hit in terms of the way the watch looks, but for me, 35,000 is very steep, and that's probably a watch that will fetch a lot under retail price, but yeah, definitely a hit.
Yeah, I agree. Aesthetically, really like it. Do I think that it's going to be a watch that is going to be popular? Like a lot of people are going to buy it? Probably not, just because of the price point. But I think it will be good value if somebody does look for it when they do start to come up pre-owned.
Yeah,
I think it's a good watch. Okay, this is one of the big ones, right? We're on a Rolex now. We're going to talk about the GMT-Master 2. This is a watch that you actually predicted, right?
Yes.
It's the Zombie, as it's called, but in steel. Now, you can get this on Jubilee. You can get this on Oyster. Of course, it's got the black and the grey bezel, and it's got the green GMT hand with the green GMT text. Now, for me, this one, I wish they didn't do the green GMT hand.
Yeah.
I wish it was monochrome.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe it's even red, or maybe it's just a different colour to differentiate it compared to the discontinued
the full black.
reference. Yeah. But for me, definitely a hit. I did predict this, and I do really like this one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the watch. I think it's going to be popular. Black and grey goes with everything. Even if the hand was silver or white or something different, that bit ruins it for me. And I think the black and grey, I actually do prefer it on the two-tone.
Yeah.
I like it like this, and I would still say it's a hit, but not as strong as I would have liked. That's all I can say. Would you go Jubilee or would you go Oyster?
Jubilee.
Jubilee.
For me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Into the day dates, right? That seems to be a popular theme with this year's Rolex releases. It's a lot of precious metal.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about 3 day dates. So these are the day date 40s. We've got the Ever Rose, and it's called an Ombré dial. Okay, so it's a slate ombre. It's lighter in the middle, and it's like a vignette. It goes darker on the outside. Now, you've got slate and rose. You've got white gold, where you can get the blue. And then in yellow gold, you can get the green. Now, I think these dials look great.
Yeah.
Hit for you?
Yeah, hit on all three.
All three?
Sure, yeah.
In the current market, do you think there's going to be a lot of demand for these gold pieces like this?
100%. Maybe not so much the white gold, just in terms of no white gold watches really massively in demand. But with that dial, it might change. But definitely the rose and definitely the yellow gold, but the green pops.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think aesthetically, I think they look great. Yeah. I really do like them. You can also see that there's some new dials out in platinum as well. The one I've picked out here is Mother of Pearl with the baguette diamonds. I think it looks great on the platinum because it's kind of all, very lightly coloured, but you've got that extra bit of sparkle, bit more special, isn't it? The dial. It's coming in at £59,150. So very expensive watch, obviously. Yeah, you're in a good position if you can buy that watch.
Exactly.
Do you think it's a hit?
For me personally, it's not. When you're going to go platinum, you've got to go for the ice blue. Yeah. In my opinion, anyways. The Mother of Pearl just doesn't really work for me on the platinum. Personally.
Yeah. The ice blue is just associated with the platinum, isn't it? So that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I think aesthetically I really like it, but I've got to say you're probably right in terms of
The ice blue.
yeah. Okay. Right then, in the 36, we had some interesting options. So this one has a blue-green baguette diamond dial, right, in rose gold.
Yeah.
So it's that hit combination that we saw in the Sky Dweller last year.
Yeah.
It's now in the 36mm Day-Date. Is that a hit or is that a miss?
In terms of obviously the dial, definitely a hit. It's for me a bit of a shame that it's not in the 40mm because I would prefer to wear the 40mm version. But definitely in terms of the watch dial, definitely a hit. Looks really good.
I love a 36 size. I think it looks really good. And I think it's cool that they've reserved certain special dials for the 36.
For certain
I think from a marketing point of view as well, it makes sense. Like you don't want all of the newest dials just to be in the 40.
Yeah.
You know,
But you've also got to remember the green ombre was only available in the 36 and now they've released it in the 40mm. So maybe we'll see this in the coming years in the 40mm version.
I think Rolex are very strategic about
exactly. They're very clever.
Which models get which dials and configurations so that it kind of balances throughout the catalog, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is the 1908, right? Now, this is what, I mean, we haven't even seen a 1908.
Never had a 19. No.
I mean, the price point's really high on it.
Yeah.
You know, I think the yellow gold and white gold, they're like 18, 19K or something like that. They've released a one in platinum. Now, this has a very special guilloche dial and it's an engine turn finish. So it's a classic technique for creating that pattern on the dial, which is quite stunning in my opinion. It comes with a brown or you can get it on a black matte leather strap. Is that a hit for you?
Personally, not a hit for me. Since it got released, it's never really been my thing. Obviously, it took over from the Cellini. Neither of them are really for me. It's more of a dress watch. I'm more into sports models, so yeah, that's my opinion on that. The dial is nice.
I mean, you know, this is Rolex's answer to a Patek Calatrava or a Vacheron Patrimony or something like that, right? It's, you know, it's a very high-end dress watch.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, I think it looks great. And I'm sure it feels great on the wrist in platinum, as platinum watches do.
Yeah.
However, is it going to be a popular watch that lots of people are going to buy? Probably not. For that reason, it's probably a technical miss, but I think it's an aesthetic hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about aesthetics, serious aesthetics, right? We're on to the Daytonas. Now, Rolex released quite a lot of Daytona references, as they did with the Day-Dates. We couldn't possibly cover them all, otherwise we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
But some of the standout ones, right? We're talking Oyster Flex. This is an RBR bezel, white gold, mother of pearl Daytona.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Absolutely crazy. You see the diamond bezel, which is massive diamonds in the bezel. You've got a mother of pearl dial and almost like a Tahitian sub dial.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy.
So the mother of pearl, they do two finishes with Rolex. Yeah, exactly. You get the normal, which is the kind of lighter color mother of pearl, and then I don't think they officially refer to it as Tahitian on this, but they used to in the Yacht Masters and things like that, didn't they? Which is the darker color. So they've got that contrast going on, which I think looks really cool. Yeah. Again, aesthetically, I can appreciate this.
Yeah.
Would I personally wear it? I mean, I think I'd need to save up a little bit before I could come in at 53,000. And you know, this is a statement watch. Now, moving into the full bracelet, you can get the reverse configuration. So this one has the dark mother of pearl as the main, and then the sub dials are in the light colored mother of pearl. So again, it's quite smart. You can only get this in the full bracelet, whereas the other one only comes in Oyster Flex. Well, both of these as well, I think aesthetic hits, but are they going to be popular in the market? Like, do you think these are going to be...
I just don't really agree with the diamond bezel on a Daytona. For me, it spoils it. I'd rather a ceramic bezel or even a precious metal bezel, for me personally. But aesthetically, again, yes, you can appreciate them, how much craftsmanship went into it. But for me, probably a miss.
Yeah, I think this is Rolex targeting a very niche customer that they have, like super high end.
A little bit like the eye of the tiger. It's not for everyone.
Yeah,
but.
this is the client who's had everything, right? And they need something new to buy, and Rolex provide. Again, similar theme, but these Daytonas, we've got an Oyster Flex one in rose gold here with a TBR bezel. So the RBR is round cut, right?
Yes, exactly.
TBR, these are, I guess, technically like a trapezium shape, right? So it's kind of more rectangular. I mean, these are coming in at crazy prices, man. You know, this Oyster Flex model is £100,000 for an Oyster Flex, okay? And then you're looking at £105,000 for the bracelet version. Yeah, so again, aesthetically, I mean, I think these look fantastic.
Yeah.
If you ever see like a diamond bezel that's factory from Rolex, like the quality of the diamonds and how precisely that they're it's just incredible. Are these going to be popular in the market? Are you going to see any of them in the market?
More than likely with these 4 Daytona pieces, we're probably not going to see any. Reason being, it's just such a rare piece. It's almost like an outer catalogue piece almost.
Yeah.
It's just, you're not going to see them much. And I really, again, don't really like the diamonds on the Daytona.
Right, onto the Sky Dweller. We've seen Jubilee bracelets, okay, in full precious metal. So we've got the yellow gold, we've got the rose gold. We don't see it in white gold yet. And that's similar. The white gold one seems to come out a bit later.
Yeah.
Again, aesthetically, do you think these are going to be a hit?
Probably not, but for me personally, I do actually quite like the yellow gold version. Rose gold really doesn't work for me at all. Even though I do love the blue dial, I just don't like the rose gold Jubilee. I think the yellow gold Jubilee looks very nice, but I don't know if that's because I'm accustomed to obviously GMT, but...
Yeah, because this is the first rose gold
rose.
Jubilee, isn't it? Yeah. In the modern collection.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to say I like it. I haven't seen this in person, of course. So for me, I would say that's a hit. I would say the yellow gold as well. I think that's actually really striking. The £43,000 RRP, is it going to...
It's still going to be a watch that's going to trade for under list price. Maybe it's the first couple that come out and circulate that might go around retail price or above, but definitely when it settles, it'll definitely be 2 watches that go for under retail price.
The overarching theme here from Rolex, like I said before, seems to be a lot of precious metal, right? Their market positioning with the price points of these watches, they're trying to, appeal to a ever higher end customer, right? But at the minute with the market conditions, like nearly all of the precious metal pieces are trading under list price. So hopefully that means that the people buying them are going to be the proper collectors who want to wear these watches, which is great. Now, okay, this is the one that I still can't believe that this is actually a real watch, right? So the Deepsea, which is the biggest dive watch Rolex do, 44 millimeter, with the blue dial and blue bezel, okay, and blue helium escape valve. In full gold, this is going to be an incredibly heavy watch.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like the Deepsea Challenge or the Titanium Yachtmaster where there basically isn't any in the market?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very limited release. We're not going to see too many. We don't see many challenges about, and I'm just really not sure who asked for this watch.
I don't think anybody asked for this watch.
It's a bit of a curveball by Rolex, I guess.
Hit or miss?
Yeah, miss for me.
Yeah, I think it's...
But I think actually long-term value-wise, it's going to be a big collector's item.
Is it going to be one of them that nobody buys? Possibly because it's £45,700 and, maybe there's better things to spend your money on than that. Who knows? But those who do buy them, in 50 years' time, how many of those...
I definitely think it'll be a collector's watch over a long period of time.
It's funny, I read the reference number 136668LB and I thought, is that how much it weighs in pounds? Maybe.
Probably around.
Who knows? Okay, so moving on, we're now into the Tudor brand. Now, I think this year, Tudor knocked it out of the park. I think they hit a total home run. And it's interesting, obviously, Tudor being a sister brand of Rolex. And it's quite strategic. When Rolex releases lots of high-end gold pieces, maybe Tudor have released a lot of steel sports to fill that gap. First one, the Black Bay, right? This is the normal Black Bay, the 41. And they've released it in a monochrome aesthetic. I think it looks great. Essentially, this is Tudor's answer to the Rolex Submariner. But you can get it on a 5-link or not Jubilee. You can get it on a Oyster-esque 3-link bracelet, or you can get it on what looks like an Oyster Flex, but a rubber bracelet, right?
Yeah.
£3,910. I think this is going to be the new watch that Tudor buyers are going to go for. For me, it's a total hit.
Yeah. It's a nice watch. I'm not massive on Tudors, but this aesthetically looks really nice with the almost like Jubilee bracelet. And as you say, you can get the rubber strap, which I really rate as well. And I kind of wish Rolex did that with their sports models.
But I think there's a reason that they don't do it. Again, part of their strategy of how they distribute those straps around the catalog. But yeah, so this hit for me. I think this watch is going to be hard to get, probably for the first maybe 6 months.
Same as most Tudor new releases that come out, hard to get for the first 3 to 6 months, and after that, they come through the door every day.
Yeah. Okay, now this is my favorite watch
this is really cool.
That's been released. So this is the Black Bay 58 GMT Coke, right? So this is the black burgundy. This is a 58, so it's a smaller watch.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not as big as the Black Bay we just mentioned, coming in at 39 mil, £3,960. I mean, suddenly Tudor's at $4,000. Quite a lot. You can see what's happening. Rolex going up market. Tudor coming to fill where Rolex used to sit maybe, it wasn't that long ago that a Submariner was $5,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the grand scheme. But yeah, I love this. I think the warm markers, hands, everything. I think the color tones on this look great. It's got the T-fit clasp. It's in a great size that fits a lot of wrists. It's a GMT. Genius. Love it.
Yeah. It's a hit for me. I like the rose gold details around the bezel as well. Yeah, definitely a hit.
Yeah, really like that. Really like that. Okay, again, something that people have talked about over the last few years is a full yellow gold Submariner Hulk. Now, we haven't got that, but Tudor have released their Black Bay 58, which in a full gold configuration. It's all brushed, like a slightly desaturated green on the bezel and dial. I think this is a really good looking watch. £27,000, quite a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Will people come around to it? Is this going to be a watch that many people are going to buy?
Probably not. And the watch is very good looking, but the price isn't. Really not a watch that people are going to invest £27,000 off their own money into a Tudor. It's going to be a watch that'll probably fetch a lot under retail price. But
it might become very good value. Like
exactly.
If this was, say, 2/3 of the price, if this was under 20k, or even like...
it's definitely a hit. Around the 15 grand mark, I would definitely say a hit. Mm-hmm. I just think at 27,000, you're comparing that up to what a day did. Yellow gold day did.
Yeah, it's...
So for me, the way it looks, yes, it's a hit, but the price...
It's a no.
Yeah.
Okay, then you've got the Clair De Rose, which is a Tudor that I think is their answer to the Cartier models. You see that with the crown, it kind of looks a bit similar. It's quite a feminine aesthetic. For me, it doesn't do anything for me. I think if I was going to go with that aesthetic as a lady, I would choose Cartier.
Yeah.
But the price point, it's not too bad, 2,340. This is a 34mm model. For me, it's a miss.
Yeah, for me, it's a miss. You can get a Cartier Ballon Bleu for probably around that money, pre-owned /3,000. So yeah, a miss for me.
Okay, now into Vacheron. We're going to look at the reference 5100 first. Now, this is a 41mm. It's in pink gold with a green dial, a color combination that just works for me.
Really pops.
Okay,
yeah.
I really like that. I'm going to say that is a hit. It is price on application, which means very expensive.
Yes.
I will say, would I have this over a Patek in a it's in that ballpark, right? Vacheron, Patek, AP. I still don't know if I love the design as much, but I think the quality of it is, you can't argue about the quality. Do you think these are going to be an overlist watch in the market? Like, do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll go for overlist, definitely for the first kind of 6 to 12 months, I would say. Mm-hmm. And then maybe see where the market settles down. But definitely with the green dial, as you've seen with the Sky Dweller and things like that, they've took off massively. So
yeah, I mean,
definitely a good move.
The green seems to be a color that's reliable, right? But it's a good move from Vacheron. I think it's one of the more aesthetically pleasing watches. Now, again, you've got they do a dual time again in 41mm, and then there's also a chronograph, which is a little bit bigger, coming in at 42.5mm. I think I'm going to say all of these are hits.
Yeah.
Especially for the Vacheron catalogue. I think as a brand in general in the market, the heat's cooled off completely, which may affect how popular these models
this
are.
Also might kind of revamp the brand. Obviously, you're seeing massive interest in the blue dials. That's kind of died down a little bit. So maybe just a step in the right direction. I
think if you're looking at it from a horology point of view, the value in pre-owned Vacheron is high. Okay. Now, they've also released a titanium case and bracelet tourbillon watch, right? I don't know if you call that a tie tourbillon. Who knows, right? But that's got the blue dial. I don't even want to know how much money that's gonna cost.
A lot.
I'm sure they're going to be extremely rare. I think this is great, right? And I'm actually not a fan of the feel of titanium in a watch.
After having the Yachtmaster on last week, I'm not really a fan.
I like the weight in a watch.
Exactly.
Even a stainless steel. There's an inherent connection between weight and quality, which is totally thrown out the window when you put a titanium watch on. But yeah, I think aesthetically looks great. I think it's innovative. I think it's cool watch. I don't think we're going to see any of these.
Probably not.
In the wild.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to say it's a hit as well.
Hit.
Okay, now on to Patek. We're looking at the annual calendar. Now, this is in blue. It is a white gold watch. It's reference 5396G. It's a nice looking dress watch, okay? Is it going to be popular in terms of seeing a lot of them around?
Probably not. A lot of the annual calendars, not really massively in demand.
This is the kind of watch that you might buy.
Yeah, it's almost like a relationship builder where you might have to buy something like this to lose a little bit of money to obviously gain maybe a Nautilus or Aquanaut along the line. But at 54,400, for me, it's definitely...
And this is the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's like, there's no doubt it's a beautiful watch, but it's just the price point and what the market opinion is. Everyone just goes crazy for Aquanauts.
Exactly.
Nautilus, don't they? So these kind of get overlooked a bit. But I think, again, if in the pre-owned market, when, if you give it a bit of time, watches like this, you'll be able to get them for good value, I think. They must be enjoying wearing their Levi's at Patek at the minute, because we've had a load of denim straps, which is maybe an acquired taste. I've got to say, we're going to look at the world time first. This is the 5330G. So it's a white gold watch, world time complication, 40 millimeter, everyone's favorite watch size. And it's got an opaline blue-gray dial. I like the color a lot. Yeah. I think I can get on board with the denim strap. Again, maybe is this a watch where it's like, okay, if you're a VIP Patek customer or collector, and they're thinking, right, we need to give them something new to buy.
Yeah.
Have they got a denim strap?
Definitely not.
So
They have got denim jeans, but they don't have a denim strap.
So we can give you a denim strap now. I mean, cool. I like the white gold. I like the color. I'm not sure about the denim strap. Maybe it'll grow on me. Hit or miss?
Personally, I do actually quite like the strap, so I'll give it a hit.
All right, then. Yeah. Okay, hit. Fair enough. Again, 5980. You can't argue with the model. 5980 is a great model.
Yeah.
And in white gold, I love the color combo. I think it's great.
Yeah. They've nailed the color up blue is perfect.
Another hit for me. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got £67,000 ready to spend on it at the moment, but that's a problem for another day. Aquanaut, I mean, again, the thing is, it kind of doesn't matter what color Aquanaut they were going to release.
It's still going to be such a good model, and obviously a lot of people are going to buy it, so...
Yeah, that's it. I mean, fortunately, I do think it does work great. The white gold, it's like a cool tone.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a hit. 40.8 millimeter. I think Patek don't like to do the round numbers, do they?
It's 40.5 or
0.2, 0.8. Okay, but yeah, great watch. Now this one, the 5269R. This looks very much inspired by the watch that we saw last year, announced by Patek, which is a ladies' watch, but actually very popular with gents.
Yeah.
Now, this watch is, I believe it's actually slightly smaller, right? This is 38.8, less complicated, £30,280. Is this going to be a popular watch?
It's definitely going to be a popular watch just for the pure fact it's rose gold. It's an Aquanaut. But for me, I do prefer last year's release of the petrol calendar version. Yeah. It's a miss for me personally.
Okay, yeah. Well, moving on to to a grand complication. This is a platinum on an alligator strap with a salmon dial, a petrol calendar, day, night, a 41.3 millimeter watch. Going to be a hit? Or is this for the Patek aficionados only?
Yeah, so this is definitely for a Patek collector, and also probably someone, again, that wants to get a relationship builder where they'll buy a watch that's 121,000, but in this secondary market, it's going to be worth a lot less.
A cool 121k. Yeah. Okay. I think that's probably the main reason why.
It's probably going to be a miss for me. Yeah.
Now, this disco ball of a watch, this is an Aquanaut. Very, very special. Again, coming in at a cool £201,000. We have diamonds in the dial, in the bezel, in the lugs. Sorry, it's a sapphire bezel. My mistake. But yeah, more gemstones than you know what to do with.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Just because of how out there and crazy it is, I'm actually going to go hit. I do actually like the colouring of the strap.
Yeah.
And the blue sapphires in the bezel. 201,000 is absolutely obscene.
This is going to be special clients. So
yeah, very special. We're probably never going to see one out in the wild as such. So
I mean, I think it's incredible, the craftsmanship of the watch. I mean, you've got so many different shapes of diamond and sapphire in this watch. All of them of the finest quality, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm going to say hit as well. Yeah. So finally, onto the Patek Grand Comp. This reminds me of the Pilot watch, right? I don't know, do you officially call this a Pilot? I don't know if you do.
I'm not sure on the Grand Complication, but the one that we did have in stock is very similar. It is called the Pilot watch.
I really like the combination of this watch. So it's a 42 millimeter watch, okay? So it's on you're getting into the slightly larger size, right? Okay, you've got a calfskin strap. It's a travel time, it has an alarm function, £220,000. Patek collectors only.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll leave that there. That's exactly what that is.
I'm going to say it's a hit for me.
Yeah, it's probably a miss for me. Yeah. I just don't like how it's got the buttons on either side as well. Pushes on either side, all 4 of them.
It reminds me, I feel like there's a character that looks a bit like that. It's kind of like...
For me, it looks like a massive ship's wheel.
Okay.
So it looks like almost. I'm sure Patek will be a little bit offended at that, but...
I get that. I mean, Patek like to have kind of lugs or ears on their watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the Nautilus.
Yeah, that's true.
Right then, Josh, thanks for sitting down with me and rating the recent watches. Of course, these are all just our opinions. We'd love to know what you guys think. And if you enjoyed the content like this, please do let us know so we can make more for you. Do us a favor, give this a like, and even consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Thanks a lot, guys.